Welcome my dear listeners, stay with me to get the spoilers first and subscribe to the channel. Let's find out what's going to happen on YNR. Evil traps, sneak attacks and hidden secrets come to light. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the next 2 weeks, April 6 to April 17, say that some exciting storylines will take some unexpected turns. There will be some surprises in both Genoa City and Vegas, so let's talk about what YNR has planned. Diane Jenkins Abbott will turn down Jack Abbott's apology from April 6 to 10, and Devon Winters will be angry that Maria Copeland is in jail. Holden Novak will also turn down Kane Ashby's job offer because he doesn't want to trick Claire Newman into giving him information about Victor Newman. It seems that Holden might tell Claire the truth about what Kane told him to do later. Holden could tell Claire that he turned Kane down, and he could also tell her how bad things could get if Kane's plan to take down Victor goes through. In the meantime, Phyllis Summer will try to tempt Kane, but he may not want to sleep with her again or make any more friends. Malcolm Winters and Dr. Stephanie Simmons will also come back to Genoa City for a shocking story that will make a big splash. Y&R spoilers say that a secret will come out that has to do with Stephanie and Malcolm's past. Could that mean that Holden is their biological child? Lily will learn some big news and then ask Tracy Abbott for help before she tries to help Malcolm. Will Lily try to get Holden and Malcolm to get along when the truth causes problems? Adam Newman will get even more caught up in Rija Thompson's web in Las Vegas. Rija will set up the meeting between Spider and Matt Clark, which Matt agreed to. This means trouble is coming. In the meantime, Adam will keep making out with Riza and pretended to be okay with the private party she has planned for later. Nick Newman will want to know more about Adam's lie and if he will go through with betraying Chelsea Lawson. Matt is going to set a trap for Nick soon. As the danger grows, Matt will make Nick feel trapped, so there could be a showdown between April 13 and 17. Next, Chelsea will worry more and more that Adam will turn back into Spider and not be able to come back. Will Chelsea fly to Vegas next and get caught up in the action? If that's the case, Chelsea might see Adam getting too close to Riza. He will have to deal with more Patty Williams drama now that he is done with Jack. Patty isn't going to give up on getting Jack to be her man. She will soon have a few friends to help her. Jack, on the other hand, will be determined to fix his marriage to Diane Jenkins Abbott. He might even come up with ways to convince her that their love will last forever. Jack and Matt will both remember their plans for revenge against Victor Newman, of course. Will Jack work with Kane or go it alone? Will Matt sneak back to Genoa City and attack Victor when he thinks he is safe? The Young and the Restless spoilers say that the next 2 weeks will be full of surprises, so keep watching. Jack tells Kyle that Patty is his biological mother and Diane admits to her past mistakes in The Young and the Restless. The Young and the Restless is getting ready for one of these Genoa City story twists that starts with a fight between family member and ends with a full-blown identity crisis. Diane Jenkins Abbott is not accepting Jack Abbott's apology right now. She says she is too angry to just forget what happened on the yacht, and Jack is still trying to save his marriage. At the same time, there are rumors going around about a much bigger bombshell, the news that Kyle Abbott's biological mother could be Patty Williams. This week feels less like a normal rough patch in a marriage and more like a queue of dominoes waiting for the first hit. Jack goes up to Diane again on the April 6 recap to say sorry, but nothing he says works. Diane fights back hard, brings up what happened with Patty and makes it clear that his excuses aren't good enough. She won't even let Jack have dinner with her. Instead, he chooses to be with Kyle, making it very clear that Jack is not a part of her emotional life right now. This hurts so much because the show has already spent weeks showing how badly Patty's return shook up the Abbotts. Patty was the one who started the nightmare on the yacht, and recent recaps show that she has no problem teasing Diane by saying that Jack wasn't drugged and that he made his own choices. Diane is angry, embarrassed, and cannot shake the feelings that Patty's presence showed problem in her marriage that were already there. That's why the rumor about Kyle's real mother is so important. There is a fan-facing teaser going around that says Jack will reveal that Patty is Kyle's real mother. This hasn't been confirmed in a mainstream spoiler recap, but it's the kind of crazy soap twist that would change everything viewers think they know about the Abbott family. If the show goes there, it won't just be about Jack and Diane anymore. It would change who Kyle is and bring Patty's chaos right into the middle of the family tree. And the timing couldn't be worse for Diane. She is already refusing to forgive Jack, wondering if he deserves sympathy and fighting back against anyone who thinks she should hide her anger for the sake of appearances. That emotional wall makes the next step seem unavoidable at some point. Diane may have to look inside herself and admit that she has made mistakes, manipulated people, and hurt people in the past. That is not yet a confirmed spoiler bit, but it is a fair inference from both her current stubbornness and her long, messy history in Genoa City. That confession could be used in a strong way on the show. Diane has been trying for years to show Jack that she has changed and deserves a real life with him, but this week's spoilers show that she is acting like a woman whose old wounds have been ripped open. It wouldn't change Jack's betrayal on Patty's chaos if she finally admits that she has made mistakes as well. This marriage has always been based on two flawed people trying to do better while carrying a long history of bad choices behind them. It would just make the scene more honest. Kyle is the emotional heart of the bombshell even though he didn't make it. The current spoilers already show that he is very involved in his parents' problems. He defends Diane at times and reminds her that she cannot avoid Jack forever. At the same time, other recaps show Kyle telling Victoria that Patty's release and Victor's involvement have hurt his parents' marriage. That means Kyle is already living in the wreckage before any paternity reveal even happens, which makes the idea of Patty being connected to him even more painful. The fallout could be worse than the reveal itself if Jack is the one who drops the bomb. Jack has been trying to keep the family together, protect Diane, and deal with Victor's game during this arc, but he has also been making bad choices. Recent recaps remind viewer that he was dragged, trapped, and controlled, but Diane still thinks he made a choice at some point. If Jack suddenly learns something new about Kyle's birth, he might think he is finally telling the whole story, but he will find out that the truth can still hurt the people he loves. That's why this kind of story works so well on the young and the restless. There are more than one secret, there are a lot of them, and they all push against each other until one of them breaks. Jack and Diane are already stressed out. Patty is still so toxic that she poisons every scene she walks into, and Kyle is stuck between loyalty, anger, and the chance that his own story is about to be changed. With the upcoming Malcolm and Stephanie storylines in other parts of Genoa City, it feels like the whole week is building up to explode with family truth from all sides. So when people hear that Jack tells Kyle that Patty is his biological mother and Diane admits to her past mistakes, that they are really hearing is that Abbott family is in for a storm of truth. Jack might think he's finally getting things out of the open, but the reveal could make things worse in the marriage before it ever helps. Diane might try to protect herself by getting angry, but the stress could make her admit something that changes how everyone sees her. That's how one secret turns into a dozen problems in Genoa City, and this one looks like it's going to hit hard. And this is where the story stops being about drama and starts being about identity, because once a truth like this comes out, you don't just argue about it, you live with it every single day. In my opinion, the real danger here isn't who did what, it's what people become after they learn the truth. Because Jack may think honesty will fix everything, but sometimes honesty doesn't heal, it breaks the last piece holding people together. And Diane, she is not just angry anymore, she is protecting herself, and when someone reaches that point, coming back is never easy. But the most heartbreaking part might be Kyle, because finding out who you really are at the worst possible moment can change you forever. So what happens when love and truth start pulling in opposite directions? If you are Kyle, would you want to know everything, even if it destroys your family? And if you are Diane, could you forgive someone knowing the past just got even more complicated? Here's what I truly believe, this is not the end of the storm, it's just the first crack. One relationship is about to collapse in a way no one can stop, and another truth is already waiting, ready to make things even worse. And the scariest part, it won't happen all at once. It will come in layers, slow, painful, impossible to ignore. So watch closely, not just the big reveals, but the quiet reactions, the silence after the truth lands. Because that's where the real damage begins, and when it all finally unfolds, come back and tell me what hurt more, the lie or the truth that came too late.